y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. So today I want to briefly talk about Black women being open and the importance of us, especially as we level up. And I know a lot of Black women are a little nervous about considering interracial dating or dating outside of Black men, but I really think that it's time that we be open not only to interracial dating, but also to new friends, new lifestyles, new hobbies, new activities, new spaces. It is important for us to be open in this journey, because what we don't want to do is go too far to the left or too far to the right where you still end up being closed-minded, and this is why. One of the things that I am big on is free thinking. You know, I'm here to provide some sort of nudge. I'm here to provide some tools to you guys. I am not here to tell anybody what to do, what choices to make, who to date, who not to date. Date who is best for you. Just make sure that you're using logic and reason and putting yourself first in the choices that you make. What I really want Black women to understand is that you can level up, you can do all of these things, you can be gorgeous on the outside, you can fix your mentality. But if you don't change the environment that you surround yourself in, one of the most dangerous, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous decisions we can make is any decision based off the devil you know. Our comfort zones are like where growth goes to die. It's important that we don't be stagnant. It's important that we open up to new people and open up to new situations. You're comfortable. You only been around Black people. You only been around your group of friends. Let's talk about how to be open. One of the easiest ways to be open is to just spark up a conversation. Start sparking up conversations with random people. Somebody in front or in back of you, in the line, in the grocery store, at a gas pump, wherever. Just start sparking conversations so you can get comfortable. Throw around a smile. Let that be your step A. Throw around a smile to get one back. Throw around a smile to start to get comfortable with engaging with people that you don't know and people that you may not be comfortable with. Another important thing to be open is to not have any expectations. Not everybody is going to be receptive to you. Most people are. That's just, you know, most people, if you speak to them, they're going to speak back. If you spark up a conversation, they're going to at least respond. But don't have any expectations. Not everybody is going to warm up to you. Some people might just simply have a bad day. But just go into it being the person that you would want to respond to you, respond to other people. When people, you know, spark up a conversation with you, you jump right back on it and start talking to them and engaging them in a conversation. That will help you get out of your comfort zone. That'll help you be more social and be more comfortable with being social. And that's really what I had been practicing over the course of the year or so, is just really starting conversations with random people, going places by myself, and just engaging with people and being friendly, being nice, throwing around a smile as much as you can with the mask on. Typically, just to get comfortable with talking to people, that you make sure the people that you target to engage are different than your normal circle, are different than people that you would normally talk to, or people that would be easy to talk to. One time, right before the lockdown, literally like the first week of March, I decided to go out on a Friday night to just like a bar and eatery at the mall by myself, and it was pretty empty in there. So I was just sitting at the bar eating my food because I was fasting, I was hungry. That was the first meal I had of the day, having a couple drinks. And an older white guy sat next to me, and we began to spark up conversations about, listen, something on the TV. It was like a sports bar kind of environment. So on the TV was like a car show or something, like vintage cars and stuff. I don't know anything about vintage cars, but what I do know is, like, there was a Z28 that came up, and I just remember my dad and my mom talking about they had a Z28 back in the day. My mom had a picture, it was bright orange, like, and so I used that to spark up a conversation, because he was an older white guy, and he was nice looking, he was tall, and he was into that kind of stuff. They had a Bronco. My dad used to have a Bronco when we were young. So that was finding, you know, something to be able to spark conversation about. Come to find out, this man was actually one of my co-worker slash associates. He's a white guy, a younger white guy, a younger gay white guy that I work with, that I actually trained at my job. That was his dad. Like, it was hilarious. And so I ended up meeting his dad and his mom. I mean, I've done his makeup before. I've, you know, went to his house a few times. Like, we've hung out, went and got pedicures together. I had never met his parents. So I met his parents randomly on a Friday night at a bar, which was hilarious. And so you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know what you, and right before that, it was funny because his mom, they're like classic Southern white people, you know, not too classic because his dad went to an HBCU, which I thought was hilarious. But they ended up inviting me to their dinner. We ended up getting another drink. They invited me to church. They was like, well, we can find you a man. I mean, a white couple. We can find you a husband. And so COVID ruined my whole life. But I just had everybody trying to set me up in 2020. One of my sister's Nigerian aunties was trying to find me a Nigerian husband, like, and COVID ruined that too. Listen, I thought I was gonna be in the game, but whatever. You never know who you're gonna meet when you step out of your comfort zone, when you're open to engaging with people that you would never engage. Listen, what do a 30-year-old, 30, however old I am, what do a millennial 30-year-old black woman have to talk about a like 60-year-old white man about and his wife? There's always something to talk about. There's always common ground. He was familiar with the area I was from. He went to Elizabeth City State University. So it was like there's always some sort of something that's going to connect you to another human. So be open to exploring that. Have some things at the tip of your tongue to converse about and to add to the conversation. Another important thing about being open is don't assume anything about anyone. Try your best not to judge people off of their appearance. Try your best to not, you know, give people the courtesy and the benefit of the doubt that you would want someone to give you. I don't want anybody coming up to me or seeing me and not wanting to engage with me because they think, you know, I'm a plus size black girl, or maybe they think I'm a Black Lives Matter stan or something. You never know who you're gonna meet. My Uber driver was like a young Hispanic guy who took me to the airport. We talked the entire time in the Uber. It was so great. And when I got out, I was just like, well, maybe if I move to Houston, I'll see you again. He was like, oh, you definitely will. So it's like, you never know who you're going to come in contact with. And even if that, what's the odds of me ever seeing him again? I don't even really know what he looked like because I only really I saw his face, but you know, I really wasn't paying attention all that much. And he probably doesn't even really know what I look like because it was such a quick exchange. But at the same time, it's like the more you do it, the easier it gets. So the more you start sparking conversations, and he was genuinely shocked at my stance on George Floyd and Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff. And he began to feel comfortable and find common ground with giving his opinion. He had a classic person's opinion who was pretty neutral, who understood that this is wrong and there needs to be reform, but we also, you know, so we were able to find common ground and spark up a great conversation. He's like, this is the best conversation I've ever had in an Uber ride. I can be a social butterfly, but if I'm a social butterfly, I used to get exhausted. Like if I go out hanging out, when I come back home, well, honey, I'm not going out for another 2 weeks because so I can be a social butterfly, but now it's not as draining. The more I do it, the easier it gets. Respond to people sparking a conversation with you the way you would want somebody to respond to them. Because again, your emotions, your energy is going to attract what you put out. So when somebody, maybe you're not feeling good and somebody want to talk to you, just be nice, just talk, because then you're gonna start to get that reaction too. If you're snappy, you got an attitude, like you don't feel like being bothered, and it shows. It's okay for you to not feel like you're being bothered, but if somebody is going out of their way to be friendly to you or to be nice to you, return the sentiment, so that when it's your turn and you're having a great day and you just feel like talking to a stranger today, that they'll in turn hopefully meet you with the same grace and positivity and friendly demeanor, you know, that you gave out as well. Last but not least, another way to actually be open is to be open when you don't feel like it. Be friendly, be nice, even on a bad day. When you don't feel like being bothered, when you're tired, you had a long day of work, the last thing you want to do is converse with a stranger in the line at Walmart. Just do it. Do it anyway, so that it no longer becomes a thing. Everybody has a moment, and I'll say this. One of the best, in my opinion, some people may disagree, but what I do is, if I'm really in a mood, because you know, sometimes we're women, we have hormones, we got a lot of chemistry things going on throughout the month, and a couple days out the month, I'm just not here for it. You hear me? A lot of the time, you know, you may experience a moment in time where you just don't feel like bothered, where you just can't. Okay, you don't feel like interacting, you don't feel like being social, you feel like being an introvert. I'll say this: stay home, because what you don't want to do is put out negative energy, because that's what you'll then receive when you feeling good and you can't figure out why everybody is being snobby to you or being snarky. Okay, it's important to, if you're having a mood, if you're in a phase, don't stay there long. Okay, give yourself a day or two and then let it go. But it's important to retreat. That's where it's important to practice self-care. That's where it's important to get some me time in. Kind of give yourself a break from the world. Be that introvert for a day or two, so that you can breathe. So that is all that I have for this video. I really hope that I gave you guys tangible, doable options and tools for opening up and just being open to the level up, being open to new spaces and new places, new friends, new environments, so that you can really hone in on creating your new life and creating a better life. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Listen, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it's anything that you would like to hear me talk about. If it's anything that I said that you would like me to go deeper into, let me know. And listen, I'll see you in the next video.